इंटरेक्शन ऑफ हैवी चार्ज पार्टिकल्स विद मैटर। इस टॉपिक के आज हम दूसरे पार्ट की बात करेंगे। सो लेट अस डिस्कस रिलेटिव स्टॉपिंग पावर। सो whenever heavy charged particles passes through any medium, it may be air or it may be any material medium, then what will happen? How much distance it will cover in that medium and how we can represent that distance. Let us discuss one by one. First is relative stopping power. Since the stopping power varies with the velocities of the particle, it is convenient to consider the ratio of stopping power to that of a standard substance, a ratio approximately independent of velocity. Air at STP, that is at 15 degrees centigrade and 76 centimeter of mercury, is usually taken as the standard. So the ratio of stopping power of the material to the stopping power of air at STP for equal energy loss is known as relative stopping power of the material. So if so if any charged particle, say, passing through air, and it is also passing through any material medium, so for the same energy loss in both the medium, how much distance they will travel, the ratio of these two will be equal to relative stopping power. So air at STP is always taken as the standard material medium. It can also be defined as ratio of range of charged particles in air and the range of charged particles in substance. Range means how much distance how much distance that charged particle travel within that medium, maybe in air or maybe in any material medium. In most experimental work, we want to know the thickness of an absorber that will be needed to stop the incident particles, that is known as range of charge particle. Such a quantity is expressed in terms of equivalent thickness in units of milligram per centimeter square, defined as equivalent thickness of material in milligram per centimeter square is equal to range in centimeter multiplied by density of the material multiplied by 1000, and equivalent thickness of material in kilogram per meter square will be equal to range in meter multiplied by density. The thickness equivalent in stopping power to 1 centimeter of air is obtained as thickness in milligram per centimeter square equivalent to 1 centimeter of air will be equal to density of the material medium multiplied by 1000 divided by relative stopping power. Now let us discuss what is specific ionization. It is defined as the number of charge pairs created per millimeter of the charged particle's trajectory. Whenever heavy charged particle passes through the medium, it will ionize the medium atoms. So how much number of charge pairs are created per millimeter, that is known as specific ionization. It depends upon the charge and energy of the incident particle. Higher the charge and energy of the incident charge particle, higher will be the number of charge pairs created per millimeter in the material medium. It rises to a maximum when the particle has lost nearly all its energy. And as we can understand that all its energy it will lose at the end of its range. Range means where particles loses all its energy and velocity becomes zero. Now let us discuss range and energy, relation between range and energy. The total range of a charged particle in a given material is the length of the flight path before the particle comes to rest, and is given by the relation, mathematical relation, capital R is equal to integral from e to 0 dx. So initially the energy is maximum and the last energy of the charged particle will be 0. So from E to 0, whatever the distance the charged particle will travel in the material medium, that will be equal to R. For a particle of charge z, small z, in a medium, the rate of energy loss, that is dE upon dx, is a function of velocity alone. Thus, for a particle of given mass, dE upon dx is a function of the kinetic energy. Therefore, for non-relativistic case, we can write dE upon dx is equal to differentiation of half mv square with respect to x, and it will be equal to mv into dv upon dx. This is equation number A. But from equation 4, we know that dE upon dx is proportional to z square dot n dot phi v. This is equation number B, where n is a constant and phi v is a function of v. Now equating equation number A and B for a given material, we will have z square phi v dv upon dx. That implies dx is equal to m upon z square multiplied by v upon phi v multiplied by dv. Hence r will be equal to m upon z square integral v upon phi v multiplied by dv is equal to m upon z square fv, where fv is another function of v. Therefore, the range of two particles having equal velocity in a given medium are in the ratio of r1 is to r2, m1 upon z1 square, and m2 upon z2 square. For alpha particles, Giger discovered that in air at STP, R alpha is equal to 0.00318 e raised to power 3 by 2 meters. E should be in MeV. And for protons, Rp is equal to E upon 9.3 raised to power 1.8 meters. So if we know the initial energy of the charged particle here means alpha particle or proton in these two cases, then we can directly calculate or determine the range of alpha particle or protons in the material medium. Next is Bragg-Kleeman rule. The ratio of the ranges in two different materials is given by R1 upon R2 is equal to rho 2 upon rho 1 multiplied by under root A1 upon A2, where rho 1 and rho 2 are the densities and A1 and A2 are the atomic weights of the two medium respectively. In the case of a mixture of various elements with atomic weights A1, A2, A3, etc. and relative mass abundances N1, N2, N3 and so on, the effective atomic weight is written as under root A is equal to N1 A1 plus N2 A2 plus N3 A3 plus so on upon N1 under root A1 plus N2 under root A2 and so on. For air at STP, under root A is equal to 3.82 and the rho of air will be 1.226 kilogram per meter cube. The Bragg-Kleeman rule for air and any other material medium takes the form R is equal to 0.32 under root A upon rho multiplied by R air. So using this relation, if we know the range of particle in air and if we know the abundances of the material medium and its density, then we can determine the range of the charged particle in that material medium using this relation. Thank you.